Hold on. Hey, everybody.
I'm never going to be able to do this.
Can you start before me?
No.
Hey, everybody. What? Please stop laughing.
I can't because I know it's coming.
Okay. We're here. We're not going to try to make this perfect because... No, we can't. Okay, we're here to talk about our reptiles and how we exactly got it. Oh, shit.
Nice. Okay, I got this.
Hey, everybody. I'm Lacey. This is Mitchell.
Oh, that's when I... Okay, that's my fault. Okay.
Hey, everybody. I'm Lacey.
And I'm Mitchell.
And we're going to be talking about... Hey everybody, I'm Lacey.
And I'm Mitchell.
And we're going to be talking about all of our reptiles and how we take care of them and, you know, what we basically do on a daily basis of taking care of our reptiles. We have... Okay, we're going to do a meet and greet of everything we have. But we have leopard geckos, a crested gecko, a bearded dragon, a tokay gecko, a skink, and then his ball python, praline. You have anything you need to say?
A little backstory on how we got involved in reptiles. Back in April and May, Lacey told me that she actually wanted a gecko. So we got a Chinese cave gecko. I know that's a hard starter, but we thought that, you know, maybe we could do it. So we got him. His name was Draco. He was one of the best geckos I've ever come across, and probably, if not the best. And, you know, when we got him, he was very sick. He wouldn't eat. Every day was a battle with him to try to get him to be healthy. You know, he lost weight every day. And, I mean, it was just a really sad situation of everything that happened. I'm not going to go into description as to everything that happened, but Draco left basically a legacy on how we wanted to, you know, extend our love for reptiles. So after he passed, we told each other that we're going to do everything we can to, you know, put Draco's story out there and give him something to be remembered by. So today we're just going to do a little meet and greet of all of our animals, and hopefully we can boost this channel up, and we can, you know, our goal is to, you know, we have a lot of love for reptiles. We have to control ourselves when we go in pet stores and stuff like that. But, you know, we're wanting to start a little business, you know, start breeding and, you know, everything else, because, you know, all of our geckos are extremely healthy. You know, we have a giant gecko. You're going to get to meet him. His name is Miso. He's fat, but he's the best gecko you can ever ask for. But today all we're going to do is a little meet and greet, and hopefully you can give us a like and a subscription, and we can keep going from there.
Yep. And hold on, I was going to say something else. I lose my train of thought, like, a lot, so, oh, okay, and we want to be able to help you, because I know when we were first getting started and I got my first gecko, I had so many questions, and I had so many things that I just didn't know the answer to, and now we've actually got a set routine for things that work perfectly for us. They may not work perfectly for you, but it's worth a shot to try it if you're having trouble with something. So we have the certain vitamins and when we give them and how we give them, and we can tell you what to do and what not to do and all that good stuff. So if you have any questions, you can definitely ask us that too, and we can do a video answering questions or whatnot. But yeah, we're going to get into showing you everybody. Okay, this is Miso. He is a baldy leopard gecko, and he's very fat. This is the fat one we were talking about. He's actually in a stuck shed right now, if you can see on his little head. But Miso is probably the biggest sweetheart ever. He licks me all the time. He always wants to be held. He's always scratching on the side of his tank. And he overall has a great personality. So we'll show y'all what he looks like.
This is what Miso looks like close up. He's got such a pretty tail. You know, never dropped or anything. He's just absolutely gorgeous. He's got the baldy stripes. He is very fat, as you can see. And he's just, you know, an overall great gecko. He's a big sweetheart. He's just a picture perfect gecko to me. I mean, he always eats. He has separation anxiety. I mean, all he wants to do is be held.
Okay, so we actually got Miso from this place in Lexington, South Carolina. And it was called Reptile City. They're great. They're a great place.
Highly recommend them.
We've been there
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, we've been there a lot.
A lot of times we go and we don't even get anything.
Yeah, we just go to
talk to
look.
them.
Yeah, they know everything. They're not going to give you an animal that's not like dependable, and they basically sell really healthy animals. Like Miso's tail and everything looked like this really before we got him. He's just gotten fat because I like to feed my animals a lot, but that's beside the point. Anyways, yeah, so we're going to show you some more of our animals, and that's all. This is Basil. She is another leopard gecko. We're not exactly sure what kind of morph she is, but you know, she has a similar head to like those Halloween mask morphs. I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She likes to croak a lot, but she eats. She has a major appetite, and her and Miso are the best of friends. She just croaked right now. She's got a there you go. She's got a really healthy tail too, and yeah, we'll give you a close-up view of her. This was actually Mitchell's gecko that he got. This was your first gecko you got.
Yeah, cause we got her right when we got Draco.
Yep, and so Basil knew the OG Draco, and she's very good. So
this is a close-up on Basil. She is probably a 4 or 5 month old leopard gecko. She's very healthy. She's a little fat too, but you know she loves to eat. But like Lacey said, you know she does have similar markings to the Halloween mask morphs. But we really don't know what she is. But she's an overall great gecko, and we're thinking maybe when she gets to be about a year and a half old, we're actually gonna breed her probably with Miso. So those would be some really pretty leopards. But that is Basil.
This is Zini. It is just a normal leopard gecko, but he's huge too. Very close second to Miso. Zini has actually dropped his tail before, not with us, but with whoever owned him beforehand. And so if you can see how they drop their tails, the first half has the little
the first half has like all the markings and everything else.
What's it called? Like little pivot things in there, and the second half's just smooth. If you can see that.
Our advice to y'all is, if you want to start with a leopard gecko, go to a reputable breeder.
Yeah.
I don't suggest pet stores. Nothing against them.
We've gotten a few of ours from pet stores, of course, because, you see them, you fall in love with them, and you can't help it.
We actually got 2 from pet stores
and all of our leopard geckos we've gotten from pet stores are
fairly healthy.
They're healthy. I mean, it's just, it's hit or miss, so definitely reputable breeders can tell you more about what you're getting.
And a lot of it is, if you're going to get from a pet store, you need to make sure they're getting all the, the nutrients and the vitamins they need, because in the pet stores, they're either not going to eat or they're just not getting the nutrients they need. So they're going to come to you malnourished and everything else. But, we actually got Basil from a Petco, and she's doing just fine.
She's doing great, but Zini, he's a sweetheart too, and we're definitely going to breed him eventually. When you pet under his chin, he opens his mouth. Yeah, he's got a heck of a personality. He's always digging, and
they're all characters.
They have a little bed in their tank, and he stays rolled up in the bed and digs underneath the bed. But we'll give you a close-up of him.
So again, this is Zini. He is your regular leopard gecko. He's got, the polka dots and the yellow stripes down his back. And like Lacey said, he has dropped his tail before, but not with us. But Zini is an overall great gecko. He's a big sweetheart. And we've had him maybe a month now, a month and a half. But he eats very well, and he's an overall great gecko.
All right, this is one of our babies. Well, was a baby when we got him, but he's still pretty much a baby. But his name is Oreo. Actually, We think Oreo's a girl.
We haven't sexed her yet.
Yeah. We think she's...
I think she's a girl.
I'm thinking she's a girl,
She has a
actually.
girl personality.
But, you know. Anyways, so... excuse me. She's very, very energetic, as you can see. One thing about small leopard geckos is they like to jump from very high places, because we just let our geckos like roam around the majority of the time, and yeah, they will hurt themselves if you don't pay attention to them. So thankfully we haven't had any of ours get hurt, but they do like to jump, like holding them like this, like she'd jump right off.
One we're going to show you, his name is Pipsqueak. If you hold him like that, he's jumping.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
But anyways, we're going to show you a close-up of Oreo.
This is Oreo. We really don't know what kind of morph she is. We've been wanting to look more into it. She's very energetic. She's very fast. All she wants to do is move. But she's very pretty, and, you know, we've had her a couple weeks now. And she's ate good from day one, and, you know, she was a little malnourished when we got her. We actually did get her from another pet store. But she looks very healthy, and I mean, she's definitely one of our best.
All right. We are now here with Creamsicle. We just got her, so yeah, it's a girl. She's very, there you go, energetic, and likes to climb up everything. What kind of morph do we say she was?
It's hard to tell. I'm still doing a little bit of research on her morph. She looks a lot like she's albino, but she's got pretty dark eyes, so she's definitely not albino, but she's very beautiful.
Yeah, she's very pretty. We'll do a close-up of her.
So this is Creamsicle again. As you can see, you know, I thought she was albino at first, just because she's got that really light color. She's got really pretty yellow stripes. But like I said, you know, she's got the dark eyes, so that's how we knew she wasn't albino. Or maybe she is. We really don't know. If you know, please do let us know. But this is Creamsicle.
Okay, this is Moon. He is a all gray morph of a leopard gecko. He actually just went through a shed yesterday, so he's very his skin's very vibrant right now. But Moon is he's a little crazy, you know. He likes to bite you here and there. Normally leopard geckos don't, but he's got a little bit of an attitude if you make him mad enough. Another thing that I was going to mention is we keep Zini and Oreo in the same little enclosure, and we kept Miso and Basil in the same enclosure, but we got concerned that, you know, Miso and Basil would try to breed, even though she's still a little bit younger, so we had to separate them. But leopard geckos are very friendly. They want to have company. They can be alone, but I have seen that they thrive better together.
They most definitely thrive in groups.
They learn from each other, and, you know, they just work better that way, in my opinion. But we'll show you a close-up of Moon.
This is Moon again. Definitely your patternless morph. She is all gray. She's still a little skittish. She's one of the ones we got yesterday, but she's very friendly at times. She'd rather be left alone right now, but that's okay. We're going to work with her, and I'm sure over the next month she will definitely come around.
This is Rainbow. This is a blue-tailed skink. We actually caught Rainbow outside.
We were just going to keep her, you know, temporarily, because she looked very skinny when I actually caught her. But, you know, she's eating very well. She eats, 3 or 4 mealworms a day?
Yeah.
Pooping constantly, and the poop is healthy. So she's healthy, and I think we're going to end up keeping her. And we're going to take her to the vet and get, you know, all the shots she's going to need and everything else, just to make sure she's healthy. And she's very friendly, loves to be held, and she is extremely fast. I mean, like, she's probably 10 times faster than the geckos. She's right up there with our tokay, so. Yeah,
she's she will bite you. I mean, she is a wild-caught creature. But for the most part, she just sits here, and she loves her life.
We've had
I
her
mean,
2 weeks now, and
yeah.
she's bit us. She bit us a lot the first week, but
Yeah.
we're coming to the end of the second week, and we're having no problem.
We've given her vitamins. I mean, she's gotten so much bigger. Like when I tell you, she was like that small when we got her. In like just 2 weeks has gotten so much bigger, and we've been giving her, calcium and D3, and, she's been, enjoying every bit of her life. So we'll show you a close-up of her.
This is Rainbow again. You can see the very long blue tail. I'm not going to touch her because she'll run. But this is her. She's very beautiful. Her colors are very bright. Very long tail. And again, when we got her, she was a lot smaller than she was now. You could really see her ribs. But she has really come along, and she is a very beautiful skink, and we're most likely going to end up keeping her.
This is Newt. He is my bearded dragon. I just recently got him. He's the biggest sweetheart ever. I'm in love with him. I actually had 2 chameleons before him, and unfortunately, they both came from pet stores and passed away. They both, the first one was really unhealthy. He had a chameleon before, but I'd never had one before. I spent a bunch of time making a homemade cage and all that, and getting all the right vitamins, but I couldn't save them, so.
It's the risk. If you want to get in reptiles, there's always going to be a risk.
There's always.
With those 2, the first one's definitely sick because her eyes were always closed. She never ate. We had to force her water and vitamins just to keep her alive. And the second one, he seemed healthy, but there was something obviously internal that was wrong. A lot of it is parasites.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're getting a tokay gecko, for example, 99% of them will come wild caught.
And they need to go to the vet.
They need to go to the vet right when you get them. And, if you know somebody like we do, we have a lot of connections out in the reptile world who give us advice and what kind of medicine and nutrients to give. And if you get an animal and you know it has parasites or you suspect it has parasites, go ahead and give it a dose of Panicure. Panicure is going to wipe the worms out. They won't feel good for a few days, but it's going to wipe all that out, and you're going to be good to go. And it's always a risk. It's not really from breeders, but more or less from pet stores. So you always have to know what you're doing, and it's, be ready for heartbreak a lot of the time.
Yeah. Because
every animal's a gamble. Because at the end of the day, it's a living and breathing animal. A lot of doctors and vets aren't going to look close at this unless you go to like an exotic vet. So, educate yourself before you get into the reptile game, because I love it. I absolutely love what we do. But at the end, there's always that point where you're going to have some pass on you, and it's heartbreaking.
It is. It's very sad. We actually have multiple hermit crabs. We love hermit crabs too. And
if we're being honest, hermit crabs really started us into the reptile.
Yeah, hermit crabs, they're great pets, but they pass like often. One tries to molt and they can't finish their molt and they pass away. And it's the same thing with reptiles. Like, you never know how something is coming to you, in what shape or what form. Like, we ordered our tokay from a place online, and we didn't know what was coming to us. We actually had a tokay before this one passed away. Tried to get him to eat beforehand. He wouldn't eat. He was overly aggressive, which we know all tokays are, so like, we're fine with it. But he just was so focused on biting you that he wouldn't even take food. He watched us put food in his tank and wouldn't even eat it. The only thing we could ultimately get him to eat was applesauce with vitamins in it, but he spat that up half the time too. So, yeah, you never know what is coming to you, so always be prepared for the worst. It is better to be surprised with the better than to be surprised with the worst.
Sorry this is a long video, but, we're just trying to introduce everything. But like she just said, the biggest thing is know what you're getting. I don't recommend tokays. I don't. I got one, and I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos, but it doesn't do it justice. Like,
they're very mean.
The one we had before this, his name was Pascal. He wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, anytime Lacey would walk by his enclosure, he was striking at it, and he'd strike at it full force. I knew he was sick, and I knew something was really wrong with him, but we tried our best to keep him alive. But the one we have now, he's more mellow. He still has the, I really don't trust you quite yet. But he's a lot better. This one will actually eat. He finally pooped after 3 days. And, you know, we're moving in the right direction with him. But, you know, the biggest thing is understand that every animal is a gamble.
Yep. And we'll show you him.
We got one more before him.
One more and then before him, yes. All right, now we're going to show you a close-up of Newt.
This is Newt, again, the baby bearded dragon. He's very pretty. He's the biggest sweetheart in the world. He absolutely loves, you know, getting scratched up under his chin, over the head. That's how you put him to sleep. Mm-hmm. But he's just a big baby. And
he's got that pretty pattern on his
stomach.
Oh,
absolutely. And I recommend these as a starter pet.
Yeah, they're great. They're absolutely great.
They're a little expensive, but they're absolutely worth it. And that is Newt. All right, here is the baby of the group. This is our little eyelash crested gecko. As you can see, she's or he is a he. He is His name is Pipsqueak.
His name is Pipsqueak. He is very sweet. Cutest little bulgy eyes. Looks like he was just munching on some dirt. Gotta get the natural ingredients to, you know. He's a sweetheart. He just hugs your finger all the time, but he will jump out of your hands. So you definitely gotta watch him too, especially being this small. We have looked everywhere for a crested, and you know all the breeders were out, and we finally found one who had one. So we had to take our chance on it, and you know he's a baby. He's got so much personality in him, and I'm really looking forward to how he grows. Yep, and we'll show you close up. This is Pipsqueak again, a really pretty back. Their skin actually feels a lot like leather. Yeah. But they got the really pretty tail. I'm gonna try to get him to eat something. And Lacey's about to show y'all how he eats. He loves eating. But he's just coming out of a shed. And, you know, with him being so small, he may not eat, but it's worth a shot. Come on, Bubba. Yeah, no, I think he was just eating, so he's probably not going to eat right now. But with them, when you feed them, you leave their food in their tank for about 48 hours. See, he just licked it off his lips. But they're a really good and easy pet. For the most part. He is a little stubborn at times, but that is Pipsqueak. Okay, this is Tango. He's our tokay gecko. Yeah, he kind of speaks for himself. As you can see, they're definitely not the friendliest thing in the world. No. If you get one, understand that you're going to get bit. I haven't got bit yet. We're still going on strong. He's not in the greatest mood right now. But this is my favorite kind of gecko. I like the crazy. As you can see, I'm putting up under his mouth. Now mouth is just getting wider and wider. He may bark for y'all. I really don't know. I'm trying not to keep, you know, a tight grip on him. I'm not holding him tight at all. Just tight enough for him not to be able to wiggle out and turn around and bite me. But, you know, that's the look I get every day. That's a tokay gecko for you. That's not the most pleasant look in the world. It's kind of scary. But, yeah, we'll show him. We'll show him to you close up. This is Tango. As you can see, his webbed feet locking onto my hand right there. He's got some nice webbed feet, some pretty coloring. He's not very fat yet. He's actually pretty young compared to the other one we had. Looks like it anyways, but he's got those pretty green eyes, and he's a work in progress, that's for sure. And these geckos never really seem to like me very much, but that's probably because I'm too scared to hold them. But yeah, so that's Tango. All right, this is Praline. She is a mocha ball python. She is the absolute sweetest ball python I've probably ever come across. Even though she's a baby, she's quite jumpy, but she means no harm. I actually have another one. His name is Lieutenant Dan. He's a full-grown male. He's about 3.5, 4 feet long. Yeah, he's a big boy. And we're probably going to end up breeding these two. She's very sweet. She just ate, as you can see. She's very fat, so I'm not trying to have her moving too much because I don't want her to throw up her food. But this is Praline. She is just an absolute sweetheart. And if you're wanting to get into snakes, I highly recommend ball pythons. They're very easy. They're not really that mean. You know, they're very jumpy, but the last thing they ever want to do is come at you. And she's eating small to medium-sized mice right now.
And my other one, who isn't here, Lieutenant Dan, he's actually eating small, medium rats. But this is Praline.
And we'll make sure to film another video with Lieutenant Dan. I have to make Mitchell transport his animals to me when we want to do things like this. But yeah, we'll show you close up of her.
So this is Praline again. And a cool thing about the ball pythons is, you know they're not going to want to bite you, because if you try to like ball her up, and let's say, you try to cover her up, they just come into a ball and she comes right back out. Like if she really wanted to bite me, she would. But she is an overall sweetheart. She's extremely beautiful. She's got a little orange shade on the bottom right there. But, overall, she is a very sweet python. She's actually gifted me by Lacey. But this is Praline.
This is Sage. We actually just got Sage earlier today. She's very sweet. She's a lot more calmer than Creamsicle and Moon are. She's also gray and then has a light pattern color on her back. I don't know if you can see that, but she, yeah, she's really tiny. Can't wait for her to get a little bit bigger. But another thing I was going to mention to y'all is make sure if you are interested in getting geckos or really any type of lizard, make sure you do not hold them by their tail. If they're running from you, anything, don't grab their tail because they will drop it.
Even their back end.
Yeah, just try your best, like just hold them flat on your hand or just let them prop up on your hand, and that will be the most beneficial. I actually will put Miso in the shower with me, and that's just how calm he is, and he just sits there. So, and that helps them with shedding, actually, the humidity, as long as you're not getting soap and stuff on them. But, yep, we'll show you a close-up of Sage.
So this is Sage. Under light, you can see her a little better. You can see the yellow tint on her belly, and you can see how small her tail is. With the right nutrients and, stuff like that, she's definitely going to come along. She's a very pretty gecko, and I absolutely love her temperament, and she looks like she's got like cow spots on her back, so it's very pretty.
All right, to in the video, we are going to explain, some things that, this is like the key thing to having reptiles, which a lot of people look over this. So vitamins. Vitamins are very important. We give reptile calcium, which you can get this at any pet store without D3. I mix it up in some applesauce and put it in a syringe, actually, and let them lick it off. So then they're getting pure calcium. Of course, we dust their food too. But, we do that about once a week, maybe twice. This Fluker's ReptiBoost, it's supposed to boost their appetite, and it has the D3 in it, actually. So this is where they can get UVB light, and D3 is where they can get, that vitamin. I do the same thing with that. I actually mix that one with water and drop it in their mouth. And then we just got this one today. This is some more calcium with D3. So that has both the vitamins in it. And also, disinfecting. When you move a reptile to a new tank that you had another reptile in, you always want to disinfect. We have been using this wipeout spray. It has seemed to work decently well. It's a disinfectant, cleaner, and deodorizer. You can always do, a ratio of bleach and water. You just have to let the bleach scent sit to get out of that, because, they're very
Very sensitive to
smells, and so you want to be careful with that. But for the most part, that is all of our animals. That's the most important thing.
The biggest thing is, if you see poop, get it up right then.
Yeah.
You don't want it to sit around, because it can really make your gecko sick, and it's just not worth it.
And if y'all want to see more videos, my favorite part is watching them all eat.
We're definitely going to do a feeding video.
Feeding, yes.
We're going to show you all the enclosures. We're going to do a cleaning video, how to show you how to properly clean everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is going to be a long road on this channel, and we can't wait to see where we go from here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.